Trixie Cosmetics sent over some of the products from their Lovebirds collection. Okay, let's just talk about makeup. I haven't touched on my makeup in a couple of weeks. Oh my god, I meant to cut my nails before I started this video. Please forgive me. I'm a little bit of a hodgepodge of a mess. So I haven't sat down to film since I filmed and edited Marina video, which if you haven't watched that video, that's totally fine. If you didn't know I put out a video that wasn't makeup related and you might be interested in it, I posted this video where I ranked every Marina song. I've been talking about venturing out into trying some other content. And if you are here for just the makeup, we're gonna talk about makeup today. I did a couple of things off camera. I did my eyebrows. I have the RITUEL Refy Thorn Oil in the shade Blackthorn as lip prep on. I color corrected my beard area. I think I already said I did my brows. So I think we're all cut up. I haven't received like makeup PR in a while. And then this came the other day. I do want to play with the palette. I do, but I also want to show you this. So I use this mirror all the time. They sent this mirror to me in PR earlier this year. They came out with this. It's just a mirror compact. It's no magnification. I don't like a magnifying mirror, but it is two-sided. Two-sided mirror. I use this all the time whenever I am doing makeup, especially on camera, but even in my real life. I also tweezed my eyebrows today, which I haven't done in a while, so they're looking extra sharp. Ooh, I haven't sat in front of these bright lights in a while, and I think if you don't do it for a while, your eyes go back to normal. They're like, we don't have to adjust for the brightest light, the light of the sun being put directly on your face. Anyway, they came out with this pearlescent one. I don't know. I didn't watch the launch video. If you're new here, I never watched the launch video. I have no idea what's going on with any brand. But they launched a new one. I don't think this one has a magnified side, but let me double check. No magnification on this one. Just as pretty. And the other one also came in a bag like this, and I still have that bag, but these are so cute. I don't know. I like this mirror. I like the size of it. It's big, but not too big. So I'm excited to have this. I don't really need an alternative to this. So like I wouldn't have bought one, but if you were interested in either one of them, I like them. They're not heavy or anything like that. They're just kind of like probably bigger than a normal compact would be. But if you carry a big purse, this would probably fit. I also was gifted some of the soft serve lip stains. I might try these again. I have come around to lip stains, sort of. I think my main problem with these was I didn't like the way it smelled and or tasted. It has a little bit of sweetness in it, which is like fine. I like it sometimes, but there was something about this that I didn't like. So I'm gonna try those again. We'll start with our eyes. I'm gonna prime my eyes real quick and then we will take a look at the palette together. I want everyone to know that I am getting, I'm leaving my house tomorrow, which is something I desperately need to do. I'm getting coffee with my friend and that will be nice because I'm not gonna blabber on because it kind of was updating the whole time that I was doing it, but that Marina video was just a lot of work on my end. Anytime you try something new, this happened with Critical SASS too. It's just anytime you try a new format of video content, it becomes this game of you sort of know what shots you need, you sort of know what it might look like at the end result, but your means of getting there might look wildly different than you originally thought. And that was every step of the Marina video. There was even more that I wanted to do in the editing of that video, but it got to a point where I had been working on it diligently for 2 weeks. And that's the longest I've ever worked on anything. There was a lot of footage to edit, which I will say is most of the problem. If there was only an hour of footage for me to edit, it wouldn't have taken as long to do. And then maybe I would have done the things. I was talking about it to some of my other content creator friends and I was like, how do people do this every month? I was how do people do one big project every year? Because I did it over the course of 3 weeks and it wasn't a huge project. I knew in my heart of hearts that I was going to work very hard on that and it would not find its audience right away because the audience for that video is not 100% the audience that I currently have. So then it's I couldn't think about it too much because I really wanted to work hard on it. And then I was excited that I was really excited to work hard on something because I haven't really felt that way in a long time. And okay, can we have a little heart to heart? I was actually going to make this its own video, but I think it's just fine to casually put in here. If the real ones are here, the real ones will know. I'm probably not going to do a Critical SASS again. And I know that that's going to be a bummer to a lot of you, but I'm going to tell you why. Even though I want to keep continuing to make makeup content, Critical SASS is not part of my current vision for that. And it was my best performing video style. It was, but the problem became and was becoming. And that's why they got like more and more spread out over the last couple of years. Like, the reality is I haven't done a critical SASS in nearly a year. Come October, it will be a year since I've done a critical SASS. And every time I like check in on like new makeup releases, I really don't feel like I have a passion for them positive or a passion for the products negative. And to me, that's speaking to me as a part of this work that needs to be released. I cannot make a good critical SASS if I do not care about the product positively or negatively. That's like inherent to the core of what critical SASS was. And I'm feeling very ambivalent. I'm like just genuinely disinterested in makeup, like the makeup that is coming out right now. And I don't know if it's like been there. I've seen it all. I feel like I've seen it all. I feel like that's like a lot of it. And then the nonsense that is going on in the makeup world is not stuff that I would even talk about in critical SASS. So like thinking recently of like all the stuff that happened with Leaked Labs months ago. Also what happened with Patrick Ta and the transition blushes, which I don't know why anyone is like still fucking with Patrick Ta in general. That's like not his only mistake that he's done. And then it's like, I could talk about the Danessa Myricks Pride release failing again, but then that would be me like the third year in a row talking about it. I just don't care. I don't care. And I think if like someone is welcome to carrying the torch of critical SASS, like if you want to try to do like the editing style and like, you're welcome to, because I think it is valuable work. I don't think it's valuable work that I can make anymore. It's not speaking to me. Anyway, all of this being said, is that I was talking to some of my content creator friends when I was editing this video, and I was like, this is taking, like, I've just like never edited anything like this before. And that's not to say, like, like, if you are a normal person who's like never edited a video before, you will watch, if you watch that video, you'll be like, I don't understand what was so hard to edit about this. But you have to understand every time a picture moves on the screen that there's a hand that pops in and clicks. Like, I had to do all of that manually, and I had to like learn how to do all of that manually. And it's cool to learn new things. It is, it really is. But it's like also annoying. So there was like a lot of like stuff I like had to learn how to do. And then because it wasn't like second nature, it took a long time. Everyone was like, yeah, most people outsource this kind of work, Tom. And I was like, oh, right. This video is going to get me like 500 views, but like the kind of work I'm doing is not for a 500 view video, which is totally fine. And I do believe that that video will make its way to the people it's meant to make it to. Anyway, all that being said, I am also kind of, when it comes to like being a YouTube creator, whenever you like want to do something a little outside of your normal, like it's like YouTube doesn't know where to send that video. I have, as a content creator, trained it to send my videos to makeup people. And now I'm like, well, what if you send it to people who just like different kinds of media? I am uploading a bunch of short form from that. Feel free to ignore it. You don't have to engage with it. If you want to do me a solid, if you watch it and like it, and if you have something to comment, that's also helpful, but like no pressure to do that either. But I just want you to know you're going to see a lot of that way past the video. I'm trying to like upload those shorts in a way to be like, hello algorithm, I need you to like start sending my videos to people who watch stuff like this. So that's like what I'm doing with that. Don't worry about it. I will also make makeup short form. And also I have these. I made these in elementary school. My mom gave them back to me recently. I didn't even know these still existed. So I thought it'd be funny to read these books I made in elementary school on camera. So there's other fun stuff. Okay, let's talk about spots. So the Lovebirds palette. I don't think Trixie's getting married. I'm tired of people violating people's personal space, but he like talks about it on The Bald and the Beautiful, like briefly. Like he's like my boyfriend. He has like a special weird code name he calls him on the podcast. God, I almost dropped it. Anyway, look at this. This is cute. So the packaging is like the standard Trixie packaging, but there's like some foiling as the stroke around the text. So like that would, you know, the outline. They call that stroke. I don't really know what that means. Like if you are using like Photoshop or any kind of like photo editing software, they call that stroke. Like warmer neutrals. And like, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of like marbled eyeshadows. Like I don't really care about it. They don't bother me too much, but they are kind of also annoying. I don't think she's done a marbled formula, but this is giving bridal. Like if you've never paid attention to what bridal artists tend to have, it's a lot of browns, lots of depths of browns and a lot of champagnes. So this feels very up their alley. I gotta tell you, as someone who has reviewed Trixie products in the past, I don't really care for their eyeshadows, so I think this is gonna go the way it always goes with a Trixie palette, but let's find out. Okay, let's do Garter Toss. I haven't been to a wedding in a really long time. When was the last wedding you were at? I feel like it's been, the last wedding I went to was, I think, Tiff's. Wow, it's been a long time since I went to a wedding. Everyone's done. Everyone's packed it up. I'm just gonna use this as a transition shade. This is like, I think, even lighter than the shade that I put down to set my eyeshadow base. I'm just gonna swatch it on the back of my hand. Like, it's such a fair color. There's a swatch there. Can you even see it? I can see it in real life. Can you see it back here? It's not a white, and it looks like peach in here, but it is like, it's coming off, I think, brighter on my skin. I think I do want to play in some warmer tones today. I think. Banquet Hall, is that what it's called? Banquet Hall, which is the warmer brown. There's like a more cool toned brown here. I will say there's, I think, too many shimmers in here. I do think that Trixie's shimmers are better than her mattes, but I feel like this has happened to me a couple of times with her palettes. It's like very light shades and very deep shades. And of course you can like use technique to create a good blend between those. It just feels like maybe I don't know, don't trust us as consumers to do that. I just think that there should be more mid-tone. Like obviously like we have some like colorful mid-tones here, but like this is, I don't know. I feel like we also need something deeper. I'm like, I don't know. I'm feeling like I don't know what to do with this palette. This is kind of how I'm feeling. Back to the Garter Toss. My cousin's wedding, I won the Garter Toss, and then a little girl won the Bouquet Toss, and then they wanted us to like do what you like. What I don't know. Like the person who catches the garter is supposed to put the garter on the person who catches the bouquet. Well, if that's the case, why are you letting like little kids do the Bouquet Toss? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. That was really weird to me. And then I was like, I'll never participate in this again. Because I did catch the garter, by the way. I was also wearing this jumpsuit and I could not... It had like this cold shoulder cutoff and like I genuinely could not put my arms above my head. And I still caught it. It's really funny whenever like the faggy person wins the athletic thing. And I understand the stakes are so small, but it was funny to me. This matte is performing okay. I would say it's a little bit, it's like not super pigmented. I am not trying to apply too much of it either, but like, I don't know. The thing about me and Trixie, and I think I would do this too if I had my own cosmetic line. She makes makeup for the way that she likes to wear makeup. And sometimes it doesn't align. Not always, because I think her blushes and her cream bronzers are like not really suited for drag makeup. Just the way that they work on the skin, it's very like natural looking. But the eyeshadows, I think she definitely does. And so do her lip products. They also feel like very formulated for drag. But like whenever you're pressing eyeshadow into your skin as opposed to applying it with a blend like I do, it's just a difference in application. It doesn't really matter. We're not going to like the same kind of eyeshadows just because of that reason. Have you guys been watching like, are you guys still, I guess you are. If you're here, you're still probably watching beauty content. Who are you watching? What are you watching? I gotta tell you, I haven't really like watched a ton. And that's like no shade to any like content creators in particular. It's just like, it's a weird crossroads to be in. And I never really thought I would be there because I do love my friends and I want to support them and I want to watch their videos, but also it's just not the headspace I'm in right now. I've been watching a lot of like, I told this to a friend recently, and I was like, I'm starting to understand some people from my life that I didn't understand before. I've been watching a lot of like political commentary channels. They're all left leaning, so I try my best not to like only like know lefty stuff, but there's this guy named Aiden. He has 2 channels and I can't think of his last name or his handle on his main channel. He also has a channel called Cold Takes. And on the Cold Takes channel, he talks about more like regional election stuff that's been happening with the midterm elections. Anyway, I have been finding that super fascinating about like how that all works. I thought that felt weird to me for a second, but some of my favorite classes I had to take in college were political science courses. I had to like take poli-sci courses as like general electives. And I think I had to take up to like level 200. I don't know. Oh, well, I was a social work major, so that makes a little more sense. But like, I loved poli-sci. I find it so fascinating. I don't think I would want to work in it because I think it would be like nauseating, but I've been watching a lot of that. But I have to stop myself sometimes because like, sometimes you can get way too deep into it and you're just like, sad. But it's been interesting. I've been liking that. And I'm not saying that anyone I've been watching is like a perfect person either. Do you know what I mean? But I've just been like taking that in. No, just my usual, just watching a lot of Dropout, watching a lot of Second Try, the Try Guys. For Poorer does certainly look more cool toned, but it also looks a little bit darker. Or I might put one of their gel liners on, the brown gel liner. This is like giving me brown gel liner vibes. I'm going to take some of the red shade, which is Dearly Beloved. And I'm gonna put that like, okay, this isn't picking up well on the brush, but let's see. Oh, it's a little more raspberry than I was expecting, but that's okay. Like it's more pink looking. I was expecting something a little more rich, but I'm gonna keep pressing it on there to see what we can get as far as depth goes. I wasn't really expecting this to be this like pinky. Now I feel like I have to course correct because like that was not the vision for me, but we're here and we'll fix it. We'll figure it out. Now I'm gonna take the shade right next to it, Chapel of Love, which is like this peachy color. I'm gonna try to put that in the crease. I am gonna swatch a couple of the shimmer shades just to get a better idea of what they might look like. So I'm gonna do Marry Me for richer because that looks very me. And then I'm also going to do Cake Topper. The top shade is Cake Topper, the middle shade is Marry Me, and the bottom shade is the shade for richer. I think I'm going to use the shade Marry Me, which is the one in the center, on most of my lid, and then I'm going to use Cake Topper towards the inner section of my eyelid. Wow, the shade's hard panning, and it's not wanting to pick up on a brush. And this is one of the marbled shades. It's pretty once it's on the eye. I don't know. The marble shades, yeah, I could give or take the marble shades. I just don't think, I think that they look pretty in the pan, but then the whole point of it is to like jumble it together, blend it together so that when you put it on your eye, they're the same color. That's a nice metallic color. And then I'm taking the other shade on the inner corner. I'm gonna do eyeliner off camera and I will come back and I'm gonna be using the brown gel liner from Trixie Cosmetics. And they sent that one to me in PR. I was just trying to remember. Okay, let's start working on complexion because, wow, I really locked in on the eyes. Okay, so my initial thoughts on this is it's kind of giving like 2016. It's when I was putting on the eyeshadow shades, it was kind of reminding me of the original like rose gold palette from Huda. Like, take away the blue. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of the vibe it's giving. And then if you add the blue, then it's just giving every other 2016 era palette where it was like warm tones with a pop of blue. And that's kind of what this is. And I feel like the eye look I got today is like very modern red. That's what it's looking like to me. If you've been missing the tones of Modern Renaissance and the original rose gold palette from Huda, this might be something to look forward to. It worked fine. I was not blown away by the quality of it. I'm not blown away by the gimmick of marbled eyeshadow. So, like, I would never have bought this, but it's fun to play with. Like, it's fun to play with, but like, man, it's not revolutionizing anything for me, nor do I think it will for you. Unless you've tried Trixie's eyeshadows before and you really like them. I can't say that I do. You might like it more than I did, but I didn't really get much out of that. to be quite honest with you. It's not bad, it's not great. I already have complexion product on, but I am gonna prime my face with the Trixie Cosmetics First Base Priming Spray. They said this to me in PR, but I really like it. I've been using it a lot. For concealer, I'm going to use the Maxines Revenge Concealer. Back in March, I bought some stuff that I do need to follow up with you on. I'm going to make sure that I have that video out by next week. That's my goal for the video. I have been slacking on it only because my least favorite part about making makeup review content is filming B-roll and like B-roll from a day of wear. I hate it. I don't know why. In my brain, it's like one step too far for extra work for me. And it's not really that. It's just I have to really get myself up to do it. So now I'm giving myself the deadline that I would like it out next week, meaning like the last week of July. This was what I mean. I want it out by that week. So that would include the Maxines Revenge Concealer, the Farah Hamidi eyeshadows, and also the Le Skin Foundation from MPH. I'm going to just use this under my eyes today. I don't really have any updates about this product in particular. I have almost kind of like continuously felt meh about it the whole time I've used it. There was something else I wanted to say. Oh, because I'm going to use the Refy Skin Tint as my foundation today. I don't know what brand I'm going to do for review next. I talked about it with my patrons. I've talked about it on Instagram. If you don't follow me there, then you wouldn't have seen this. Anyway, I placed an order to do a Refy brand review because it won in the general poll that I posted probably now a month or so ago. It won that poll, and I said, okay, cool. Let me just go buy some stuff from Refy. And then I went to place my order from Refy. It went through, everything was fine. And then they canceled my order because they thought it was a fraudulent order. And then I reached out to their customer service and I was like, hi, like, I intended on buying this. Like, that was an on purpose, the Refy Skin Tint. That's what I'm gonna be using next. This is like, was something I was intending on buying. Like, it's not a mistake. I meant to buy that. And then the response from the customer service person was basically like, oh yeah, you could like try to buy it again, but there's no guarantee it would go through. Okay. It sounds like you don't want me to buy this makeup, which is like kind of crazy because that's the whole point of your website. So that kind of pissed me off and made me feel weird and not want to try again. So we're kind of like back at square one when it comes to what deep dive brand review would I like to do next. I'm open to suggestions. I'm leaning towards Farah Hamidi. If you think about it, if you've been here for a while, I've reviewed a couple of things from Farah Hamidi. I've not tried the bronzer, which a lot of you continually say to me that I need to try, the lightest shade. And then I also know that she just released like bronzers. I actually haven't really got my eyes on that, nor do I really understand. Like, obviously I've had the bronzers from Bare Minerals before, so I'm assuming it's like a similar idea. To me, it's such a weird category, like, especially because like her bronzer shades look more like bronzers than the ones from Bare Minerals. Like, they have a slight pink hue to them, but I thought that was also the kind of the point of her original bronzer line. I don't know. So if you have any ideas of full brand reviews you'd like to see, let me know in the comments. If you want to, like, let me know if you want Farah Hamidi. Let me know if you don't want Farah Hamidi. The only thing that really bugs me about Farah Hamidi is that, like, if I'm doing a full brand review, for genuinely for me to buy one piece of each makeup, like one whatever, like, you understand what I'm saying, like one thing each, it would be like $500. And you have to understand that I've gotten more for that much, like from Victoria Beckham. It's just so absurdly expensive. Not like prices that I wouldn't pay for a singular item, but it becomes this thing whenever you start like doing the math of like, oh, I'm gonna get one of everything, and then it's $500, which would be more than one of everything from Refy, because I put a whole cart together from Refy, and it did not break $500. It didn't even really break $400. You know, just it has me asking the question, what are we doing here? And why? I thought about doing maybe like Cheekbone Beauty, which is a Canadian Indigenous brand, but their setup for American shoppers is a little confusing. And they want you to buy from JCPenney's, and then like the products don't really like match up. It's like a little confusing. So I'm thinking probably not them for right now. I could do Colfi. I don't know why I'm dragging my feet doing the Colfi brand review. So I think it also is probably why I'm kind of dragging my feet at wanting to do Farah Hamidi as in the next brand review. And the reason I feel that what I'm thinking, what's going on in my brain, I've already tried stuff from Farah Hamidi. I've already tried stuff from Colfi before as well. So I already tried the Farah Hamidi Complexion Compact, and I wasn't super impressed with it for how much it cost. For me to like, I don't know, it's like, for me to buy that again in order, because I don't have it anymore, to show how I feel about it is like kind of annoying, because it's like I had to spend $100 for the video. I know I don't have to, but if I'm gonna do like if the point is to do a comprehensive Farah Hamidi video, then I would want to have it to display. And I don't think I have any good old footage of it at this juncture. So that it's like, I can't use the old footage to convey. So, and I probably would want to test again, because my preferences and stuff change all the time. So I might like it now, you know, like I never really know. So I would like to try it again. Not that I tried it that long ago. I think it was last year. And then I thought it would be funny. This would be funny. It'd be probably a big waste of my money. But if I did Isamaya, the core line, late, just to be a little cheeky. I'm going to use the Trixie bronzer in the shade Sunkissed for my bronzer today. I'm almost done with it. I'm so proud of that. Like, I'm so close to being done with it. But then when I'm trying to think of brands that I would like want to do a deep dive brand review, they're becoming like fewer and further between. Westman Atelier comes up a lot in suggestions when I talk about this. I've actually tried a lot from Westman Atelier, and I don't think I've liked most of it, which it feels weird for me to say that. I like their blushes, their cream blushes. I think that's the only thing I liked their powder blushes too, but I don't like the way they sell them in the duos. But also like not enough to like buy more, to buy again. And I reviewed those, and then I've reviewed their powder, and I've talked about a lot of stuff. I've tried their contour stick in multiple colors and never end up satisfied with those. For blush shade, I'm going to use this Mood Light shade from Salt New York. It's the shade, I think it's just Mood Light. Mood Lighting Light? Mood Lighting Light. I don't know if they still sell it, but that's what I want to use today. So yeah, I'm also like, I'm running out of brands. It's so weird because I'm not really running out of brands, but there's not very many brands that I'm still like willing to talk about because of like plethoras of reasons. So I'm like kind of like cornered, and there's not many brands left to talk about unless I want to talk about indie brands, which I don't really want to. Not because I don't want to talk about indie brands, not because they are indie specifically. There's just not a lot of offerings outside of eyeshadow when it comes to indie brands. Would love to support them, just not a lot. There's not a lot there for me to talk about. I'm going to powder my face with the Wet n Wild powder under my eyes, and then the old Givenchy powder on the rest of my face. I've been not wearing highlighter recently, just like at all. I've given up on the step. I don't really know. It's like I think a couple of times I like didn't put it on and I said, that's fine. It's not really like, I don't really have like a big statement against it. It's just like, oh, that's fine. When I don't put it on, you know what it is? Fine. I haven't done anything with Hung Van Gogh Beauty. I will also say I haven't really been inspired by anything by Hung Van Gogh Beauty, but I did see that they're releasing a foundation product, which always makes my blood boiling. The Westman Atelier revelation of me just thinking about it and being like, actually, I don't think I've liked a lot of what I've tried from them. Like, yeah, the blushes are the only thing that have lasted in my collection, other than I have one of the original lipsticks. Not original lipsticks. The first lipsticks that came in a bullet that they made. But I don't have any of the lip balm formula that's $50. I don't really want it. And yeah, so that was a bit of a revelation for me. I felt weird about that whenever I was like, I don't care about Westman Atelier products. Kind of mostly heard bad things about some of the stuff I haven't tried. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I'm gonna set my face real quick with the SpongeBob 16 Hours Later Lethal Setting Spray. I got this in PR. All I have left is lips. So I'm gonna swatch these on my hand and then we'll see which one I want to wear. This is Caked Up and this is me Amor-etto. I think I'm gonna go with the orangier one, just with like my makeup look. And then if you are new here, whenever I test a new lip product or test a product that I don't think I'm going to keep and it's like a lip product like this, I always, until I decide whether or not I'm going to keep it, I use disposable wands, and that way I can confidently pass it on to someone else when I'm done with it, or if I don't want it, without it being contaminated. I haven't liked this formula historically, so let's see if I like it today. This one doesn't taste as horrific as I remember the last one tasting, and I don't know if each shade has its own flavor or if they are all just generally sweet, but I did not like the scent or the flavor of the last one. The last shade I tried was the darkest shade of the original lineup, and I felt like that was not looking great on me. This color I think looks better on me because it's a little bit lighter. I like it. I kind of would have put a lip liner down first, I think, because of the depth of this color, because it's just kind of my lip color. I feel like the color palette I have going on is giving me like very 2016, and then I did a wing on top of it, which feels more of a 2016 era. It's a lot of look. It's a lot of eyeshadow. This is like not my usual gig, but I almost feel very sure that there are gonna be people in my comments being like, I love when you wear these colors. I'm not feeling my prettiest. I'm not feeling crazy cuckoo cunt. That's like not how I'm feeling about this look. I don't hate it. It's not bad. The eyeshadow palette, the colors, yeah, I don't think I like this color story. And I do think it is a color story, which sometimes with eyeshadow palettes, I don't feel like there's a narrative. But yeah, this is it's giving bridal. I don't know that the texture or the way that these eyeshadows go on are the kind of eyeshadows I would want used on me or to use on myself on my wedding day. So that's all I'll say about that. It's fine. I do adore the mirror. Love the mirror. And while we're talking about Trixie products, the lip stains I think are fine for people who like lip stains. They're not my favorite lip stain formula. So I'm whatever about these. I like these colors. I thought they were both pretty cute. They're like summery warm. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this in my testing drawer, the brown one, the one I have on my lips, the Me Amor-etto, because I do like this color. I feel like I didn't like the scent or the taste of the last color I had. And then when it comes to this pink one, I have enough pink lipsticks right now, so I'm just going to put that in my declutter bin and offer that to someone else. And then, yeah, I'll follow up with these products in more detail next week. Just use them today. And then, yeah, that was it. That was it for newness. How about that? There's not, but yeah, okay. So I do want to run through real quickly, like what I'm going to get everyone caught up on. So these two products next week, the Violette FR eyeshadows, I'm going to get you rounded up on. The Farah Hamidi eyeshadows. I don't know that I will have final thoughts on like the Hindash stuff next week, but I am still playing with it. And surprisingly, I wasn't sure that this would happen, but I have been reaching for these, which I wasn't sure. And then the Le Skin foundation. So these complexion products, and then these eyeshadow products. I don't have any blushes in my testing drawer. That's bananas. And that's what I'll get you caught up on next week. Anyway, for this video, I'm all done. This video is over. Thank you for hanging out with me. I will have a pinned comment as always, and it will be full of links for you to support people who need your help right now, as well as my Patreon and channel memberships. Over there, I do one additional video every single month. I have been brainstorming content to make it more regular over there that I need to put together as well. But like I do have a project that I want to do for Patreon, and I want to do it with regularity. Additional video over there every single month. But then also I'm just trying to work in some content that my brain is like really percolating after doing a project that I deeply cared about. So I have ideas up here that are ready to go. And I think that's it. Oh yeah, so join that if you want to, but no pressure to join my Patreon members. Happy that you're here. Go watch the Marina video. If I do say so myself, I think it's quite good. And that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to follow your hope and you'll find me, and I'll see you in a video very soon. Go forth. It's out.